Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling.
The Power Hour.
The calendar says it's February the 13th, 2023. The old clock on the wall says it's top of the hour, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Welcome to the Power Pro Wrestling Watch Along. And Greg is in the house, and Brooks in the house, and other people coming into the room, and I say hello to everybody. I hope you guys were unlike Adam and like me and enjoyed the Super Bowl. It wasn't like Adam didn't enjoy it. It was like Adam didn't watch it. I can't believe it. Maybe one of the better Super Bowls of all time. PJ is in the house saying hello. Good to have everybody in, and we have a very special Power Pro Wrestling show because I remember back in the day, and it was way back to April the 10th, 1999. We were celebrating 1 year of the existence of Power Pro Wrestling. Al Tuttle, my friend from Georgia. I cannot say any more because Adam calls me out, knocks me, makes fun of me, shames me, says I don't need to say Peachtree State, even though that I am copying probably maybe the 10th greatest wrestling announcer of all time, Gordon Soley, of course, Lance Russell, Dave Brown, I'll throw Corey Macklin in, Jim Ross, a lot of people, but he is a legend, and that's for sure. Man, hope you guys are doing good. Would like to have some feedback, see how many of you watch some football. Are you ready? Some football. What did you think about that game last night? I thought it was very, very exciting. Man, I have so many vivid memories of April the 10th, 1999, because it was absolute goal, absolute 100% goal to make it to 1 year. I'm thinking I had a 3-year contract, so I knew we would, but I kind of halfway had mapped out in a way the direction we wanted to go. And by a year in, I was very, very, very happy with it. Happy birthday on April the 10th as we were celebrating 1 year of Power Pro Wrestling. As Al Tuttle said, he boycotted the Super Bowl. Greg said he watched it, and Andrew Calvin Jr., I bet he didn't watch it. He's going to watch some Power Hour as we're a year in, as we are doing this watch party. So here we go. We go back to the state of Georgia. We bring in the producer of the show and my co-host, Adam Dunn. So as we just reflect a little bit, is what we're going to do. This is a show that we reflected, and as we watch the show, we will see. This is a show today that's based on reflection, the year-end deal. So I think since when we first started doing the watch-alongs, we didn't start from the beginning. And then finally, when we got to a point where I didn't want to play a particular show and go, we started over with the very first show, and we're up to show number 52 now. So reflections about the last 52 weeks that we've had on this program, watching the show, and reflections about the run so far. And I will make this comment. I think minus the BS with the TV station wanting to get rid of the wrestling studio, but as far as the quality, product. I think if the show would have been as good as it was the just everything went right for 52 weeks in a row. I'm thinking it would have been a lot harder for them to pull the plug if we would have been 1998 through the April of '99. I think it would have been a lot harder for them not to renew that contract. Do you, Adam?
Yeah, I would say quite possibly so. We've talked about that so many times, and I think I've said on this show many times that I felt like the first year of Power Pro Wrestling was definitely the best out of the whole 3 year run. But there was a lot of things like you said that was going on. Mason obviously, his last week was basically the first show, or his last day was the first show. So you had the change in management there, the news going a different direction, and them wanting that studio and all that stuff changed. But yeah, I think kind of more to your point, had it stayed as solidly, consistently good as it was that first year, and the ratings and everything had still been the same, I think they would have had a pretty hard argument to try to say, well, we want to do this for because they already had the number one news already, so it wasn't like they were going to get any higher in the ratings in the news. But yeah, just looking back at it, gosh, I mean, you had Mama Stasiak, you had the Fourth of July show, the all the stuff that we've done so far. Your absolute favorite, I know, the Halloween show that never happened again. But it was just a fantastic first year, and just the, uh, you know, all three Coliseum shows, having all the WWF talent and everything there made official. Just what I mean, I would argue. I'm sure a lot of people think this is probably sacrilegious to say, but I would say that first year of Power Pro is probably one of the most exciting years for Memphis wrestling. Period, in my opinion.
Well, I'm not going to argue with it at all. And one thing, I don't know if I even told you this, it's been a month or so ago, 2 months ago, it's been fairly recently. I had it in my mind, and I have it in my mind a lot because it was my baby, Power Pro Wrestling. And I just had a thought in my mind, and I text Dave Brown. I said, Dave, do you think if Mason Granger would have stayed as the GM of TV5, and Raycom Media, oh, obviously the owners, but if Mason would have stayed, if they would have ever remodeled that new studio, for fixed the new set and took the wrestling studio away, and I was just basically asking him, do you think the show would have been renewed if Mason would have been the GM? And he said, absolutely possible. Now, Adam kind of got into my material a little bit, but that's okay. And he's going to have a chance to expand on that. And he even added one a little bit ago that I left out. And I think it's a very, very strong thing. However, I was thinking more TV shows. He was thinking no more the entire product, but I liked one of the things he said. And in kind of a little bit of order, but it's debatable. I'll just give you my favorite memories of Power Pro Wrestling. And the first one was Rumble on the River, the primetime show. It was July the 4th, 1998. It's a classic. We've watched it here several times. That's number one. Number two was the debut show in April 1998 of Power Pro Wrestling. That show plays back well, and I love seeing it. And I think everything about that show is just very, very good. Getting back in the batter's box and going away, and that was very good. I think the story between Jerry Lawler, Stasiak, involving Stacy Carter and Mae Young, I think that is great. I think certainly the most successful match as far as a rating standpoint we ever had was in August of 98, and it was Randy Hales and Billy Travis against Jerry Lawler and Stacy the Cat Carter. And that's the match, that's the event, that's the TV show. I lost my hair. Then I thought also the entire Brandon Baxter Randy Hales feud that includes the arrival of Michael St. John. I think that's important. I think a key is the development of the Young Guns division. Also, the development of the Syndicate. And I think the Syndicate, especially with Baldo, and we had Stasiak, and we had Vic Grimes and Mick Tierney, and we added other people. We had Tony Falk in it. I thought the Syndicate was very good as well. The debut of Kurt Angle was very important. The development of the developmental with the WWE was important as well. Adam added, and I agree with him, the three Mid South Coliseum shows, especially the June event in 1998, the Blast Off of the Dome. That was, man, that was successful. Also, we had a series of shoot type of interviews, real type of interviews from Bill Dundee with the emotions from Bill, and I thought that was some of the best stuff he's ever seen. We'll get started with the preview in just a second, but follow up with that monologue that I had about my favorite memories. Would you take some away? Would you add something I forgot? Your thoughts there, Adam Dunn.
No, I mean, I definitely pretty well agree with you. You know, we've said on here that the very first episode of Power Pro Wrestling, Rumble on the River, all of those shows, so many of them, that's the whole point of us doing this watch party, in addition to letting people see it that maybe never seen it before. The product of that year, and I think in all of Power Pro, but especially the product of that year, holds up so well even today. And you touched on kind of the more shoot type of interviews that Dundee, a lot of the guys were doing. That, of course, at the time, some people had issue with. But if you watch it now, again, you kind of just see how ahead of the time it was, and what a huge departure. I can't stress enough what a huge difference and a huge departure of what was going on in that same studio less than a year earlier. A complete 180 on the style of wrestling that we were seeing. It was still the Memphis style, but like you always say, with a new twist.
Absolutely. I want to say hello to Andrew Calvin Jr. Barry Hayes says hello to me. He says hello to you. Very good. My buddy Rod, who's been in the hospital lately, it seems like he's out and kicking, and I'm tickled to death with that as well. Absolutely. That is fantastic. And now, can I can I expose our audience, do a Adam Dunn expose with you real quick?
Okay, sure.
So you're always tinkering with making the show look better, right?
Yeah,
And I said something, or you said to me as you put that star in the background on your monitor, and you're not a football fan. You're not a mainstream sports fan at all. So the intention of you putting that star there was just to have a star there. You didn't realize what it meant. And I said, the Cowboys. And
yeah,
then you said, oh, no, that's not what I was thinking. And it's funny, Scott's Art, who has
yeah.
been a
I saw
guest
that.
on this show. Did you see that? Go
I did.
Cowboys.
Yeah, no, I was just messing with different shapes because actually I was thinking tomorrow it might be neat to have a heart on there for Valentine's Day. And so I was just going through the different shapes, and then I just got to the star, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I'll leave that on there. And then, yeah, I even put a blue ring around it and everything. So I guess it's almost like I tried to make it for the Cowboys.
And you had no intention of
Oh,
doing
yeah,
that
no
at all.
intention whatsoever. No.
That is funny. This Power Hour show number 52. We're going a little long on the monologue. Oh, I guess I'll make it a little longer. And you may disagree with this. And I know
Okay.
it's a different time. Maybe I'm comparing it to a different time. I think there was a tad in the last year we've been watching, a tad too many matches without finishes. I think a tad too many disqualification. Even though I love the brawls, I
Yeah.
think it got to be too regular. We did it too often. I think we overdid it so much. I thought, and I really don't know what we could have done different. I think the people just, I don't know if we dropped the ball. I think the people just wasn't interested as much as I thought they would be, because I don't think they wanted to see the fabulous ones as heels.
Yeah.
The fabulous ones, Lawler and Dundee, I think just didn't click. I'm not saying it was a dud.
Yeah.
It didn't click as well as I thought. Now, Kid Wicked did such a great job, and he kind of got lost in the shuffle. And some of the other talent. I think the local talent that survived the deal was myself, Lawler, Brandon Baxter, and Derrick King to somewhat, but certainly that was a interesting situation. But Kid Wicked did a very good job at the beginning, and I think we dropped the ball. Real quick thoughts on the negative.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree definitely with all of that. But there wasn't a whole lot of negative though. I mean, I think the I remember as a kid what I thought one of the coolest things was that whole young gun that whole division, and it kind of gave a place for that talent to kind of have somewhere to go. It was almost like what, and I'm sorry I haven't watched WWF in so long. I don't know if they still do it or not. But it's almost like when they had like that 205 live division and they would air it during Raw or SmackDown for a little while. You kind of had a place for those guys. You had Young Guns title matches and all of that. It just made sense because, and a lot of those guys that came in from WWE, you could kind of, not, you couldn't necessarily, a lot of times people are criticized, oh, you didn't, why wasn't he a champion right off the bat or this or that? Well, they weren't the people that they were then when they came to you. Yeah, Kurt was a Olympic champion, but the rest of these guys were new to the business, so you couldn't necessarily have them wrestle each other. The whole reason they were there was to get experience wrestling some of the local guys and stuff. So, you know, you can take criticisms about it and things like that, but I think aside from what you mentioned, there wasn't really a whole lot of negatives to the first year.
Let everybody know what's coming up today on
Yeah.
show number 52 from April the 10th, 1998, the 1 year anniversary show.
All right. Yep. So what we're going to come up here is we'll see the Syndicate. They'll attack Baldo. We'll get highlights of Derrick King turning on Brandon Baxter. We'll see Olympian Kurt Angle going against Steve Bradley. An interview from Michael Hayes, and we'll see Michael going against Vicious Vic Grimes. And we have a scheduled match of Kid Wicked and Derrick King going against Bulldog Reigns and Aaron O'Grady. So all of that is scheduled to go on the show here today, along with several flashbacks to the previous year of Power Pro Wrestling.
We're going to flash back right now to that show that Adam just told you about. Here we go. Show number 52. It was the 1 year anniversary, April the 10th, 1998. Show number 52. And here we go.
For the beautiful sights of the Mississippi River. For being known as the birthplace of the blues and Beale Street. And for being the home of the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. For 50 years, Memphis has been the professional wrestling capital of the world. And now, it's with great pleasure that we welcome you to the very first edition of TV5 Power Pro Wrestling.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. Dave Brown with Corey Macklin. We are live in the studios of WMC TV5 with...
If everybody could let us know if the sound volume on the Power Pro show, if you can hear Corey and Dave. Also, if the volume's okay for Adam and for me. If everybody can help Al, Barry, if everybody could help me out on how the sound levels are for this show.
Here's
Because
the
the
debut of the
program,
new Open.
yeah.
There's something different at the end of this Open that never aired again. I want to see if anybody can notice it.
Quality of the show as far as production wise, not as clear as normal. I probably won't even notice it.
Power Pro Wrestling.
The Power Hour. All day today, we're going to be taking a look at...
I have no idea, Adam.
During the last year in Power Pro Wrestling. It's been a great year. We couldn't have done it without all these fans. We couldn't have done it without you.
Dundee will draw attention to it later.
Thank you very much.
Dundee was not on the Open, and there was an extra clip of Streak that starting the following week was replaced by a clip of Dundee.
Michael P.S.A. Right here today, he's going to be an action.
Honestly,
He's gonna defend the
I don't know
title
how
right
big
here
a
today
fan
on the
James
Powwow.
Estes
Absolutely,
was.
that's not all. We're going to try to
Was
catch
the
up
Dundee.
with some other folks too. You know, we had that Fabs Dundee and
Because there was
Waller.
one other
It's not over yet.
situation
No, it's one
Dundee
match
got
apiece.
mad
We'll tell
at
you a little more about that later
that
on today. Maybe
he
be
was
talking
not
to some
on
of those
a
folks too.
little highlight thing, and this
we've got
time
three
too.
title
So
matches here today also. That's right.
I don't know. He
And
might have
wow,
something
hanging over the anniversary
to
here
it.
a little bit. Due to what happened last week in Jonesboro, Arkansas, involving Derrick King. We'll try to find out about that too. That was at Blood, Guts, and Glory over in Jonesboro.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have
Hello,
all the
David
uploads and pictures of
Linville.
Derrick and try to get some comments from him here today on the Powwow.
Yes, indeed. Hey, coming this way right now. We got a match that we're going to try to get going here in just a couple of minutes. But
Scotch Art says looking great, keep up the star.
but I don't see
I didn't
anybody
realize
who's
that
like-
when you wanted to put a star up there, somebody who seems to take credit for big things will say that we're putting him over by putting that star out there. And Adam, you had no intention of referring to that him at all.
None whatsoever.
It looks like celebration time. Mr. Hales back in control here. Happy anniversary, Memphis Power Pro Wrestling, it says. Well, it's a good-looking cake. There's no doubt about it. Here.
And I am happy to say, for the first time in about 6 weeks, you're looking at the owner, the founder, and the president of Power Pro Wrestling. How about it, Vic?
That's right, the syndicate's back and it's hotter than ever. And whose house is it? It's Randy's house.
How about it, Vic? How about it?
We've just begun to deliver the plane here at Power Pro Wrestling. Wait till you get a load of us today.
This is also Bruno's 20th year anniversary.
Oh, Dave was great with that.
Fantastic. Mama says it bees that way sometimes. I love every minute of it, Randy. I tell you what, I don't mix my words like I said. Intensity, you live with it or you die by it. We've just begun. Randy Hales.
Hello, Tanner. How you doing?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I
PJ,
don't want to
you
bring up
all
my
right?
family
Taking
plans and all the family
studios?
problems
Never
we've
a good
had, Michael.
sign?
But I'll tell you one thing. Blood is
This is
thicker
the
than water,
1 year
and you're gonna see
anniversary
your
show
blood
of
tonight.
Power Pro Wrestling. Show number 52, April the 10th, 1998.
In that case match, by myself, I defeated Randy Baxter, and it is over, and this is a great party.
Adam's playing with new technology. There's the QR code, and if you want to order a Living the Dream book, all you do is scan that QR code.
Randy Hales.
Something you're playing with, Adam.
Syndicate as they have brought a cake out here. Oh my goodness! Baldo! Baldo putting that cake to pretty good use. Randy and Bruno.
You and Bruno
in
both.
the studio covered. They had their faces mashed into it by Big Baldo, who works on Mick Tierney, and now Tierney rolls out of the ring.
Tanner has a production question for you, Adam. Hey, Pat Rose, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Pat Rose, all right.
Full of his Power Pro anniversary cake.
Oh, goodness. Baldo, he got rid of everybody very, very quickly. A former member of the syndicate, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But he comes through here today, and there's not much left of that cake. Let's.
We just went to a grocery
let's take
store
a
on
look
Union
at some of the
Avenue in Memphis to
flashback
get that
scenes
cake to
from
answer some
earlier,
question.
from the
Tanner
last year of Power Pro Wrestling.
had a
We got a lot
comment
more to go. We'll try to
about
get everything
production,
cleaned
and
up. We'll
Adam
be back with you in
hadn't
just a moment.
followed up on that yet.
That is just a new feature inside of Restream. Who could forget this moment?
Can you name any of the people that bring him out, Adam? I
I
can't.
think they're all members of his softball team, if I remember right.
On the throne. Hello, Jerry.
2001. Kinda got you over, kid.
Hey, here's the Michael Hayes and Brandon Baxter.
That kind of looks like my car now, doesn't it, Adam?
But, hey, they don't look too happy. Maybe we'll get some comments from them as the Power Hour continues.
Very interesting segment.
Power Pro Wrestling blasts off. Power Pro Wrestling blasts off in spring style. It's 3 days, 3 locations. The superstars will be out in style. Thursday night, April 22nd, Power Pro debuts in Senatobia, Mississippi at the Northwest Junior College. Friday, April 23rd, it's Rage, Cage, and Chaos at the fabulous New Daisy Theater on Field Street. And finally, on Saturday, April 24th, it's the Boot Hill Brawl in Kennett, Missouri. It's the most star-studded Power Pro tour in history. Expect the unexpected. It's Power Pro's Spring Blowout. Hey, it's last week.
Very good job,
Arkansas.
James.
Blood,
Estes
guts,
did.
and
Right there on that
Jonesboro.
video, Adam.
What a night. We've been talking about it. Let's take a look at some of the action from Jonesboro last week.
That cage match is big.
Yeah, that was great. And watch this, folks.
Brandon Baxter is going to throw Randy Hales into the cage. There it is. Randy's looking for some help. He doesn't know where it's coming from. Derrick King climbs the cage, and he takes care of Aaron O'Grady. Derrick King, Power Pro Wrestling. Uh-oh, Derrick King gets off the ropes, throws Brandon in the chair. Wait a minute. Derrick King. Oh, no. Derrick King. In Brandon's absence, he appointed Derrick King interim president of Power Pro Wrestling. And now Derrick King has turned on Brandon Baxter. Randy Hales covers 2, 3, and that's it.
Well, that was Jonesboro last week. There's more Power Pro Wrestling action coming up tonight in Ripley, Mississippi. It's going to be at the high school at 7:30 in Ripley, Mississippi tonight.
16 superstars on the card, all tonight in Ripley. Look at that. 6 big matches, Dave.
The Rumble in
There was
Ripley, Bill
different
Dundee.
type of cages
Michael
throughout
P.S.
the
Hayes
years,
scheduled to be there.
and
Brandon
this is the
Baxter,
one that we
Street
use for
Kid
Power
Rickett,
Pro, and
Baldo. Hey,
that's
what
the
a
one that
match he had here today.
I preferred
Randy
as well.
Hales and the Syndicate back together all tonight, 7:30, Ripley High School in Ripley, Mississippi. Including in that is going to be a bad street match. 6-man tag team action coming up there. Michael P.S. Hayes, Brandon Baxter, and Baldo against Vic Grimes, Glenn Kulka, and Randy Hales. Maybe talk to Michael a little bit about Kulka a little bit later on. That's all tonight in Ripley.
Big night tonight. Ripley, Mississippi. I almost said Tennessee. It's Ripley, Mississippi.
Yes, it is.
Ripley, Mississippi at the high school, 7:30 is bell time. Be there when Power Pro Wrestling comes to see you.
Absolutely. And right now is we're coming to the ring right now for our next match.
Yeah, hear the music, and we have got a Young Gun title match coming up. Here's downtown Bruno.
Wiping the cake off his face.
Yeah, trying to get it off. Steve Bradley, young man that has held that Power Pro Young Guns title now for a few weeks. Came in highly recommended from
There's a
Manchester,
guy that
New
we all
Hampshire.
thought was going to be the next big
Stepped
thing.
into the ring, and he's going to defend that Young Guns title
Absolutely.
today.
Really
He's got a tough
looking forward
defense
to
coming
this
up,
match.
tough challenge right here
Probably
today on the
been
Power Hour.
way
He
back
sure does. He's got
during
former
that time
Olympic
period.
champion
I've
Kurt
seen that this is
Angle
Steve
coming in.
Bradley,
This should be a
who we're
great
high
Young
on.
Guns
Kurt
match.
Angle,
Of course,
who ended
Steve
up one of the
Bradley,
greatest
won
of
the
all
title in his
time.
first
So,
appearance at
Adam,
the
we're going to lay
Theater
back
a few
on
weeks ago. He's been able to hang on to it.
comments
He's
and
tough.
listening to
He
Dave
has
and
been very
Corey.
impressive, but this
and
young man
enjoyed
is also
this match.
impressive. And man, does he have the credentials.
I will
An
say,
Olympic champion climbing up
Kurt's
into the
look
ring
there
right now. That, ladies and gentlemen, is
kinda
Kurt Angle. He is going to be going against
different
Steve Bradley.
than what he
Bradley's got downtown
became
Bruno
known
in his
for.
corner. That ought to tell you something right there. Bruno now stepping through the ropes with that huge Young Guns trophy. Referee Aubrey Wayne has called for the bell, and Corey, we are underway.
Yes, sirree! This is going to be a dandy Young Guns title. Nice takedown from Kurt Angle right there. Big main event coming up right here today on the Power Hour. Michael P.S. Hayes defending the Power Pro Heavyweight title right here today. today. He'll be defending it against Vicious Vic Grimes. That's coming up right here today on the Power Hour. How about Derrick King?
Indeed. I tell you, yeah, what he pulled over Jonesboro is ridiculous. I want to find out about that. Maybe we can talk to him.
Maybe I can catch up with Derrick.
All right, that'll be good. We'll try to get him out here and just find out about that. Hey, I want to remind you, we were talking about Ripley, Mississippi. This afternoon, there's going to be free wrestling in Brownsville, Tennessee. 2 o'clock, Countryside Ford Chrysler. Superstar Bill Dundee, Baldo, Brandon Baxter, the part of the syndicate, Kid Wicked, all in Brownsville. Countryside Ford Chrysler at 2 o'clock this afternoon for free wrestling action. Be there.
Oh, I heard you say free.
Yeah, up at Haywood County.
Yeah. Oh, he misses. Bradley on the ropes, and look at Kurt Angle taking advantage.
Whoa.
Slams him into that top turnbuckle time after time.
I got to tell you, I haven't seen anybody work Bradley over that much.
Whoa, look at that. Over the top rope.
Bradley finds himself in the middle of a fight. He's in trouble. His championship is in trouble.
Yeah, he's got downtown Bruno out here with him. Oh, there goes Angle in after both of them. Bruno takes off. So does Bradley. He goes the other direction. Slides under the bottom rope. Comes off. Leaps over Kurt Angle. Look at this. He's bouncing off. Big time move from Steve Bradley.
Yeah, that's why this guy is so tough, Corey. It looks like he's out of it. It looked like Angle would have had an easy pin coming up, but all of a sudden Bradley comes back. Now he body slams off the rope. Cover 1, 2, only a 2 count. Only
what
one
a match,
only,
huh? What a match here today. These both guys coming here undefeated since they have arrived in Power Pro. Kurt Angle and Steve Bradley. Look at Bruno.
Bruno from outside.
And you see, that's the kind of stuff that just hurts you about Bruno. Great match going on. He's got to jump in the ring.
Yeah, looks like Baldo needs to come out and take care of Bruno.
Yeah.
Bradley, Angle going at each other here. Young Guns title on the line. A couple of battling competitors in action on the Power Hour today.
What about it? This is just the opener here today.
Show number 52. Big anniversary show. 1 year old Power Pro Wrestling.
Right. Thanks to all of the great Power Pro Wrestling fans for making it happen. Great success down through the year of Power Pro Wrestling. Oh, look at that. Boy. He got him right in the back as he snapped Angle over. And Steve Bradley out of New Hampshire backs him up. A reversal into the turnbuckle. Nobody there, though, for Bradley. That's a little... Angle! Belly to back suplex. Belly to back. Takes him over, slams him down. Referee Aubrey Wayne in to check and see. Hey, if he's going to be the same anymore. Look at this thing. Oh, look at Angle. What a move. I mean, this is a great bout here.
He reversed it on him. Both of these guys can really go. The Young Guns title at stake.
Reversal here. Angle leaps over the top rope. Elbow that catches Bradley. He comes back. Look at this. Flying press. But he doesn't go for the pin.
Maybe he should have gone for the count of 3 right there, but he didn't do it. Bradley back on his feet. He turns. Kurt Angle is right there.
There's the belly-to-belly from Angle. Takes him down. Slams the big Bradley down, the Young Guns champion. And the champion in a little trouble here today.
These are 2 powerful guys.
I mean, look at Bradley. He's out of there.
Yeah.
He's going to take a hiatus, I think, Dave. And Bruno grabs the trophy. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Give me the trophy, sir.
Hey, Brown, look. I want some competition. Oh, you got this, punk. I'm taking my trophy, and I'm leaving. Well, let me say,
I don't know how you want much more competition than what you've been getting from Kurt Angle. The referee is going to be stolen the count on you, and you're going to be counted out. You know what he's doing, Corey? Look, that's it right there.
That's a 10 count.
But the trophy, the title can't change hands on a count out. Well, he knew he was in trouble.
Yeah.
He grabbed that trophy.
Tanner, thank you so much. And one of the things I get a thrill at is presenting my Power Pro product.
Let me tell you, he was on
Because
the
of the fact that it was on the Memphis market only, not a lot of people have watched it. So to present it to you guys every single Monday night is a thrill to me.
All right, the title doesn't change hands, but a big round of applause, I think, is due Mr. Kurt Angle for showing us what he could do in that Young Guns.
Greg saw Steve Bradley in person one time.
Michael B. Hayes. You know what I'm talking about. Now, let's get a couple things straight. Hey, Derrick King, somewhere, somehow, today, you are going to deliver some answers. You understand what I'm talking about? And now, Randy Hales, you should be aware of this by now, but in case you're not, let me refresh your memory. I don't do well with authority, pal. You understand what I'm talking about? I have broken rules all of my life because I was born a hell raiser. See, I raise hell in the morning. I raise hell in the afternoon. Matter of fact, I raise more hell when I'm sleeping than most people do in their lifetime. The only place I don't raise hell is on Sunday morning when I'm in the Lord's house, and even then, the preacher's got to say a couple times, P.S., would you please be quiet while I'm giving my sermon? So, the bottom line is this. Today, Vic Graham, want some, come get some. And I guarantee after today, I will still be the Power Pro champion. But tonight, you know, from the tips of California to the shores of Maine, everybody's heard that Freebird name, but tonight, for the first time ever, Michael P.S. Hayes is bringing Freebird Fantasia to Ripley, Mississippi, and we're going to set it off and rip up Ripley. Then next Thursday night, for the first time ever, Michael P.S. Hayes in Sanatobia. Is that how you say that name?
Sanatobia.
All right, you know what I'm...
good, Mike.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's a spring blowout. I'm going to turn it out. And then next Friday night, Beale Street, New Daisy Theater, Glen Coca, Cuz, GK. I got something you want. I've had something you've wanted all your life. That's a little bit of brains and to know what to do with it. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do Friday night in Memphis. I'm going to take my size 13 and plant it.
Michael P.S. Hayes, the Power Pro Heavyweight Champion. He's got a title defense right here today on the Power Hour, and we will see if Michael walks out of here again with that title. Big defense here today against Vicious Vic Grimes. Take a break, I tell you, though. Dave, I'm going to try to catch up with Derrick King.
Okay.
Get some comment from Derrick about the situation with Brandon Baxter.
All right, very good. Check it out. We want to find out about that.
And that's anything.
This, as we go to break here, these are scenes from last year, July 4th. The Rumble on the River, part of this promotion, actually won an Emmy Award. We'll be back.
Randy Hales, he's going to proclaim a new president tonight. Jerry Lawler not on the bill. Is Jerry Lawler?
Let's take a break and we'll see what happens with Lawler. Right here, the ring awaits a couple of big guys. Vic Tierney from Randy Hales' syndicate. Here he comes right here with the Irish flag wrapped around his shoulders.
Yes, that was a Dave Milliken.
As he heads to the ring, bad attitude. A lot of talent, but a bad attitude as he comes in here. Downtown Bruno again in his corner, as I've already said once today. That tells you something right there. Bruno's in the corner. Here comes Baldo. We've already seen him once. He made short work of the big celebration with Randy Hales and the syndicate and their cake that they had. And Mick Tierney, Baldo, couple of big guys going at each other here. They used to be sort of on the same team, but not anymore. Baldo is huge. Mick Tierney, not much smaller. Look at that move right there. Mick Tierney puts on him. But Baldo unfazed. Tierney celebrating with the crowd, and Baldo right there. Oh, Mick. He ducks the punch around behind. He waist locks him, and down to the mat goes Big Baldo. Remember, Mick Tierney is a master of the submission hold. He's trying to set up one on Baldo. Baldo drags himself over to the rope, hangs onto him, and the referee is calling for a break. Tierney trying to pull him back away from the rope to maintain the hold, but he can't do it. Now challenging Baldo to get up. Baldo favoring the right leg. Tierney hurt him. Baldo back on his feet. He's holding the knee, actually.
Yeah, Tanner.
Tierney goes for a
David
choke.
Milliken is his
And a
name.
big right
Milliken.
hand back on the turnbuckle.
And it was.
Ooh, Tierney staggered by an elbow. Baldo, well, Tierney has him down on the mat. 1, 2. Whoa, only a 2 count. I thought he had him. Tierney is upset. He thinks he got a slow count. I tell you, Baldo's own weight and his own momentum almost cost him the match right there, as Tierney did a good thing. He got him going and kept him rolling and had those shoulders covered, but only for a 2 count. Baldo comes back with a big forearm. Back and forth, Tierney against Baldo. The Power Hour. Big special anniversary show, and we got a lot more of it to go, fans. Corey's still going to try to get a word from Derrick King. That's where he is right now. He's looking for Derrick King, and if he finds him, we're going to try to get microphone and camera there and see if we can have a word with him. And just down, all right, referee Aubrey Wayne knocked down. Here's a cover by Baldo, but the referee is trapped. Here comes vicious Vic Grimes. He's got no business in there, but Baldo moves out of the way, and Grimes hits Nick Tierney. Baldo now turns his attention to Grimes. He clotheslines him. And Vic Grimes rolls out of the ring, following Nick Tierney, who is rolled out of the ring. The referee coming around. Look out. Flynn Colta with a chair. Watch it, Baldo. Flynn Colta from behind nails Baldo with a chair. Now here's Grimes back in. Holding him up. Polka nails Baldo. They're trying to bring the referee around. Now Tierney climbing back in the ring. Randy Hales steps into the ring. Well, they got the whole syndicate here. Here comes Michael Hayes and Brandon Baxter. Baxter goes after Randy Hales. Michael Hayes after Polka, his cousin. Bad blood between them. They won't talk much about it. Tierney thrown over the top rope by Michael Hayes. Hayes and Baxter cleaning out the ring, and they remain standing. Baldo, says the crowd. He's back on his feet. He looks to be okay. And there's the thank you high-fiving as Michael T.S. Hayes and Brandon Baxter came in to save the day. After Hales sent the syndicate out here to do a number on Baldo, probably as a payback for what he did with a cake a little bit earlier. Brandon Baxter. I want to talk a little bit about what happened in Jonesboro. I know it was a tough night, and I'm sure it's been a rough week for you after all that's going on.
Wait, stop right there, okay? You see, I'm not out here for you to feel sorry for me. I don't want these people to feel sorry for me because I don't feel sorry for myself. You see, Derrick King, I don't think it's a secret. You and I were real good friends. You'd come to the house, we'd watch wrestling tapes on the new 60-inch television, we'd play video games, and sometimes we'd even go to the bars, and Derrick, if you didn't have enough money, I was there to help you out. If you needed a little gas money, I was there to help you out. And I thought you were there to do the same thing for me. Well, last Saturday night in Jonesboro, Arkansas, I decided I was sick and tired of having to wrestle Randy Hales. I decided that I thought if I got in the cage with Randy Hales, I knew I could beat him instead of the 1,500 people in that building. And Derrick, if it wasn't for you, this company would still be mine. But now it's back to Randy Hales. Are you proud of yourself, Derrick? Let me give you a warning. This isn't the undercard anymore. This isn't the undercard. You're in way over your head now. And what I want you to do, if you have any guts, come on out here.
I don't like having that
and
kid in the background.
Right now.
Absolutely, the wrestling show is not getting his attention at all.
Looking for him. Let's see if we can get him out here.
And Derrick King, if you don't come out right now, I'll come back there and I'll find you.
Well, I don't see anybody headed this way.
Well, Derrick, this is a promise from Brandon Baxter to you. You are mine, and I'm taking you out.
Well, look out, Mr. King. Mr. Baxter is headed your way. Let's take a look at Power Pro Wrestling on tour. Coming up over the next couple of weeks, This is the action. Don't forget, free wrestling this afternoon in Brownsville, Tennessee at Countryside Ford Chrysler. Dundee will be there. Brandon will be there. Lots of other folks, too. That's at 2 this afternoon. And tonight, the big rumble in Ripley. Ripley, Mississippi. 6 big matches, 16 stars on the card, including a bad streak, 6-man tag team match. Michael P.S. Hayes, Brandon Baxter, and Baldo against Vic Grimes, Glenn Kulka, and Randy Hales. Thursday night, April 15th. The action moves back to Lady Luck Casino at 7 o'clock. Lawler will be there. Stacy, Dundee, Baldo, the Syndicate. Much, much more on the 15th at Lady Luck Casino. Friday night, April 16th in Covington, Tennessee at the National Guard Armory. 8 o'clock is wrestling time. Advance tickets are on sale at many, many locations around there. Make your plans to be in Covington on Friday the 16th. The following night, Saturday the 17th in Earl, Arkansas at the high school, 7:30 p.m. It's going to be a big night there. The Spring Blowout Tour 99 gets underway Thursday, April 22nd, Senatobia, Mississippi at Northwest Junior College. It'll be the Clash on campus. The following night, Friday, April 23rd, U-Daisy Theater right here in Memphis. We'll have lots more to say about Rage, Cage, and Chaos. And Saturday, April 24th, Kennett, Missouri. Big night coming up at the American Legion building. The Boot Heel Brawl coming up in Kennett, Missouri. That's the action of Power Pro Wrestling. Make your plans to be there when it's in your area. Right now, I understand Corey has found Derrick King. Corey, what's going on?
The stuff you're pulling. Yeah, Dave. Finally caught up with Derrick King here. Derrick, I don't know if you're playing hide-and-go-seek or what you're doing, but after what you pulled in Jonesboro last week, I think you're afraid of Brandon Baxter.
Afraid of Brandon Baxter? I think not. The thing is, I'm not going to be out there waiting on Michael Hayes and his big hero to come in there and try to attack me. That's the reason I'm here. I'm not afraid of anybody.
Well, that's fine that you say you're not afraid. But let me tell you this also, Derrick. This is our big one-year anniversary of Power Pro. Yeah, that's right. It is a big deal. But what you've done is there's a cloud hanging over everybody's head because you're the reason. We saw the tape of the cage match. Yeah, that's right. You're the reason Brandon lost. And not only that, you're the reason Randy Hales is back in control. I want to know what happened. Why did you do it? Did he pay you? Something. What's it is?
Jeez, Corey, let me
I think I deserve to know, Derrick. I think these fans deserve, and especially Brandon also.
Let me tell you, Corey, the reason I don't like Randy Hales. Randy Hales hates me. I hate Randy Hales. A year ago, when Randy Hales started this company, he brought me into his office. He said, Derrick King, I'm going to make you a star. You're going to be one of my new generation stars. He made good on his promises. All of a sudden, Derrick King got lost in a shuffle. Derrick King was stuck in like 10 and 12-man tag matches. But where did my TV time go? I'll tell you where my TV time went. It went to Brandon Baxter and Randy Hales. Two people that are not even wrestlers are getting more TV time than I am. And the thing is, they don't deserve any more TV time than I do. I like Brandon Baxter. I like to go to his house. I like to watch TV, like to watch tables. I have nothing against Brandon, but he's not a wrestler. And last Saturday in Jonesboro, the biggest night of my life, when I single-handedly won the tag team titles for my partner couldn't pull his own weight. And then the biggest main event ever, Brandon Baxter, Randy Hales in a 10-foot steel cage. I saw my opportunity. That was my spot. I deserved that spot, and I took that spot. Brandon Baxter, I have nothing against you. The thing is, that is my spot, and I deserve it, and obviously it worked today. Everybody's looking, and where's Derrick King?
I can't believe it. Dave, can you believe this? I can't believe it. But let me tell you this. For the past 6 or 7 months, Brandon Baxter has showed us more guts than a lot of people have in a long time around here, and he has a real impressive winning record. Let me remind you of that also.
Winning record, Corey? Look who he's beaten. He's beaten Stacy. He's beaten Bruno. He's beaten Randy Hales a half dozen times. Randy Hales, Randy Hales, a 40-year-old, unhealthy, skinny old man trying to wrestle, not a wrestler. I'm going to tell you, Corey, they've got you brainwashing. They've got all these people brainwashing that Brandon Baxter's good. I'm going to tell you, I'm the star around here, so I think this interview's over right now. Get out of here.
Okay, well, I think we finally caught up. Get out of here. Well, get out of here. Can we go to break, Dave?
Well, not only is it shocking what happened in Jonesboro last week, it's pretty shocking the attitude I'm seeing from Derrick King right there. Not at all the young man we've known for the last year, but well, he would not come out and face Brandon Baxter. Obviously, that whole situation is not over. This show is not over either. We got lots more action. This is, again, highlights from the last year of Power Pro Wrestling. We'll be back in a moment.
This is between me and Lawler, and I promise you, he's in the main event because he's the king. That's why.
The Power Hour, 1-year anniversary show number 52 from April the 10th.
Lots of action coming up around the territory.
1998.
Big spring blowout coming up and all of that. We'll talk more about that as we go along. New Daisy Theater is going to be included. But right now, I want to talk to a young man who not only was involved in New Daisy Theater with the fabulous ones, he was also involved last week in Jonesboro, Arkansas, in that big night of action over there, the superstar, Bill Dundee.
Dave, is this the 1-year anniversary?
It is indeed.
All right. Everybody's hot. Well, y'all got nothing. Back that camera a little bit. Everybody see how pretty I really am. Okay, stop right there. You have... Randy Hales, you took back over this company, brother, and I hate your stinking guts. Just like that idiot Derrick King said, I was the first guy you called. Where was my picture on the opening of that show? It wasn't there. You have Flex Cavana, you got Jesse James, you got Brandon Baxter, you got Derrick King, you got yourself, you got Stacy, and you got Lawler. Where was my picture, punk? Out there playing video games, Derrick King and the other idiot Brandon Baxter. This is wrestling, punk. This is wrestling. This is a man's sport. This ain't the Mickey Mouse outfit. This ain't the cartoon characters. This is where men are men and boys are boys. And you're looking at the baddest man in Memphis. 25 years of my blood, brother. 25 years of my sweat down the tube. Because of you, Lawler. Because of you and that stupid blonde that you bring to the ring. Where's the tape? Show the tape. What happened in Memphis? We got beat, right?
You got beat, but not in Jonesboro.
Bill Dundee goes between the legs, makes the tag. In comes the King. Uh-oh, the strap is down. You know what that means. Lawler taking care of business with Stan and Steve. Stan Lane whipped out of the ring by Bill Dundee. Lawler fists a fly out on Steve Kern. Uh-oh. Stacy is getting into the ring now. Lawler gets a hold of Stacy. Oh, little crime and punishment, if you will. Sunset flip. Hey, yes, sir.
Well, it showed you were taking care of business and you got the victory.
You're right, I was taking care of business. Lawler, she could have chained you up at home. You could have spanked her at home. Don't bring that into my business, brother, because I take this real serious. If you want to run for mayor and get out of this business, you do that, brother. But I'm not walking around this town with you for a partner and you not really caring who's the best in here. Well, I am, Jack. I'm the best. And the fans are going to show up 1 week Friday, and they're going to put a cage up around the ring. Well, I've been in a cage downtown Memphis before, and there was guys in blue suits on one side, and I was on the other. You get what I mean? And if that's what it takes to do it again, punk, you'll better have your mind on fighting, Lawler, because like I said before, when you come to fight, you're one of the best. But when you got women on your mind, you suck, boy. Well, you better show up a week Friday, and you better be the Johnny the King, Lawler. It was here 20 years ago when I got here, and we've whooped everybody from Hulk Hogan to Flex Cavana to everybody that's in the wrestling business. When Stone Cold was Steve Williams, we used to beat him up around here. There ain't nobody better than you and me. We have took them all out. And if you think I'm walking around this town and saying that I'm a loser to the fans because of some dumb blonde, I ain't doing it, Lawler. If you don't come to fight, don't come.
Very good.
Wow.
Fired up. Promo from superstar Bill Dundee. Flashback to the June 1998 Mid-South Coliseum debut, the blast off at the Dome.
I've looked at the format. This is a tag title match, Kid Wicked and Derrick King.
Samantha married Bill Dundee. They eventually ended up splitting up, and she went to work for Burt Prentice for a while, and I have no idea where she is now.
Where's Derrick? Yeah, that's what everybody wants to know.
You know what's going on. Your stinking partner is scared to death of me. I'm looking for you, Derrick King. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for your partner. You tell him now.
So am I. Somebody told me he left the building. I have no idea where he is.
Well, he was here earlier because Corey was talking to him.
Yeah, he's definitely Well, he was back in the back a few moments ago anyway.
I don't need Derrick King. He said he single-handedly won these belts, well, I'm going to single-handedly defend them.
Well, you can do that. As a matter of fact, if he doesn't show up, you've got to do it by yourself or forfeit the belt.
Yeah.
Or find another partner.
Referee says ring the bell.
Ring it, I guess, he
we
says,
do,
yeah.
and we're underway. Hey, Power Pros in Covington, Friday night, Covington, Tennessee, Dave, and tickets on sale there to Morris Home Furnishing in Covington, Friday night.
Yeah, I think we had the wrong place where tickets were on sale a little bit earlier when we did the on-tour. Morris Home Furnishings in Covington for tickets.
Friday night in Covington and Saturday night, Earl, Arkansas. Week from tonight in Earl. Big night tonight up in Ripley, Mississippi.
Absolutely.
High school. And also this afternoon, 2 p.m. there's wrestling.
Free wrestling up in Brownsville, Tennessee. Yes, indeed. Kid Wicked doing a good job by himself so far going against Aaron O'Grady.
Oh, look at this. O'Grady sets him on the top rope.
Tanner, there's Aaron O'Grady right there, live in action.
Top rope is Kid Wicked. Whoa!
We're toward the end of his run.
Kid Wicked, very confident wrestler. He's a former Young Guns champion. He held it for a long, long time. He has no doubt in his own abilities, but he's 2 against 1 here, or 1 against 2, I should say. And can he do it? Can he successfully defend the tag team title? I don't know.
Bulldog Reigns makes the tag on O'Grady. They back Kid Wicked up. Still to come, Dave, we got the Power Pro Heavyweight title. Michael P.S. Hayes right here today, defending the title officially. He'll be in the ring this time.
That's true.
Saw him out here earlier. But he'll be in the ring officially here today on the Power Hour, and I'll be eating that. Look at that little side slam, sidewalk slam. That's a 2 count, and shoulders up from Kid Wicked. After 2. Tag made on Bulldog Reigns.
Kid Wicked up in the air. Bulldog Reigns. Oh, he slipped. And Bulldog Reigns is shoved into his partner, Aaron O'Grady, in the corner. Kid Wicked with a neck breaker and a cover. Count of 2. He got it.
1, 2, 3. Man, oh man, what a win. Kid Wicked and Derrick King, that's going to make them still the champions.
Yeah, Derrick King says he won the belt single-handedly, and Kid Wicked has just defended the belt single-handedly right here today.
Well, get out here for what?
I've got something to say. Ever since I've been here, when I first come here, when Randy Hales had control of the company, I thought he was a great man. Well, it didn't take me long to find out he was a real jerk. Then Brandon Baxter had control. Well, guess what? Brendan Baxter's a jerk, too. If it's going to take what it takes to get some respect around here, bad as I hate to say it, I may have to start taking a knife and cutting somebody's guts out. But that's the end of this interview.
Are you just mad? Yeah, that is the end of this interview. You're right. Get out of here. Take a break. We'll be back with more.
I agree, Tanner. Aaron O'Grady and Kid Wicked had great match together. We're enjoying show number 52. We're in the main event on the April 10th, 1998 one-year anniversary show. Freebird, Agent Brandon Baxter, against Vicious Nick Grimes for the Power Pro Championship.
They go at it into the road.
Referee hands the belt down. We go here at the desk.
Michael Hayes, the Power Pro Heavyweight Champion, defending his title right here today on the Power Hour. It's been a day and a half today. It's show number 52.
Yes, indeed.
Of Power Pro.
First anniversary of Power Pro Wrestling. Thank you for making it a great year, fans. More great wrestling action coming your way. Not only here on the Power Hour every Saturday live at 11 on TV5, but also places like Ripley, Mississippi tonight, the new Daisy Theater coming up on the 23rd, many other places around the area. Oh,
This is there. Burns way in, and boy,
sent the syndicate out here. Tierney, Glenn Colca. Colca challenging Michael Hayes now.
Yeah, but Baldo out to even things up, Jay.
Yeah, that's true.
The big guy comes in
Early in the show, and now when Baldo appears, all of a sudden the syndicate decides there's someplace better to be than right here.
Well, they realize that they don't have 4 against 1 and 5 against 2 and all that kind of stuff.
And Michael Hayes, still the champion, his hand raised. He'll have that belt as he walks out of here again today. We still got more to go. Stay with us, fans. There's more of the Power Hour to come.
Come on, let's take a break. I don't want to see it. Brandon's done a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, but no one deserves this treatment. Come on. Take a break. Right now, let's do it. Take a break.
They're out close to it. Randy Hales with the cowboy yelling, that's Brandon Baxter. I know it is. He picked him up. He's trying to throw him in the dumpster. Who's that on top of the dumpster? Spider-Man leaps off, nails Randy from behind. Spider-Man took the train. The Freebirds are celebrating a bit, too.
You know something, Dave Brown? They say that you can't keep a good man down. Well, Randy Hales and your syndicate, you need to realize I'm a real bad man, so you can't even get me down. As a matter of fact, they're always saying, only the good die young. Well, there's no doubt Michael P.S. Hayes will live forever, because I'm Bad Street. And tonight, we bring Bad Street to Ripley, Mississippi. And as I head down 72 South, I'll be thinking of how I'm going to beat the hell out of you. And when I turn down 15 South, I'm still going to be thinking of how I'm going to beat the hell out of you. Because tonight in Ripley, the rumble's on, and your butt's rumbling out. Woo!
It's all coming.
If you're in Ripley, man, you better look out.
Michael Hayes, Baldo, Brandon Baxter. Man, what a way to end the first year.
One year down, many more to go in the Power Hour.
Indeed. More next week, live on the Power Hour. You be sure to be here at 11 o'clock. Still in for Corey Macklin, I'm Dave Brown.
Yes, sir.
So long, everybody.
Hey, love that show. And now Adam Dunn is going to tell you about next Monday night's Power Hour. This is show number 53. What do we got going on next week, Adam?
Yeah, so coming up, it's going to be next week will be show number 1, season number 2 of the Power Hour, the April 17th, 1999 edition. We'll see Big Mick Tierney going against Baldo. We'll see Baldo and Vic Grimes get into a brawl, a triple threat match. We'll see Aaron O'Grady going against Steve Bradley and Kurt Angle in a triple threat. That's going to be great. We have a Randy Hales, Brandon Baxter interview. We'll see Glenn Colca going up against Alan Steele. And we have a tag team match scheduled where we'll have Derrick King in there, and he'll be tagging up, going against this team of the Superstar, Bill Dundee, and Jerry the King Lawler. And after that conversation we saw from Bill this week, we'll have to see if Lawler has a partner as he goes into it. All coming up next week right here, next Monday night. It's the Power Hour Watch Party.
This is fun tonight, always fun on Monday night. And tomorrow night, it's Talking Memphis Wrestling. We are going to finish up on Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow, hopefully with Michael St. John, Pat Trammell, and Chris Ellis. We had everybody in the house last week. Tomorrow's show will be very good as we finish up 1986. We will see Jeff Jarrett's first ever TV match, Jeff Jarrett against Tony Falk. And that will air tomorrow night. Also, we'll look at the 1986 most heated angle in Memphis wrestling history, the debut of Bam Bam Bigelow. 1987, a big year. We will show a clip of Idol and Rich injuring Jerry Lawler, Lawler's revenge on Tommy Rich, and also the hair match finish with Tommy Rich hiding underneath the ring and Idol Rich being spooked by the crowd. And we have Jeff Jarrett from the Mid-South Coliseum against Nick Bockwinkel. This took place in 86 or in 87, and Jeff, 1 year into the business, And what a clinic. Man, that Nick Bonkwinkle led Jeff through his first world title match, and it was great as well. Wednesday morning, obviously, I'll be on 953theticket.com, 96.9 FM, 95.3 FM, and 970 AM, or on the World Wide Web, 953theticket.com. It's the front row with Bud Grove, 9 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time. Again, 870-930-3776. Final words now from Adam Dunn, and then we'll wrap it all up.
I thought we had another great show, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow night as well, because tomorrow maybe I'll, unfortunately, it won't be the Cowboys anymore, but maybe a heart tomorrow for Valentine's Day. But looking forward to tomorrow, and like Randy said, of course, he'll be on the radio on Wednesday morning as well. And of course, don't forget to join us back here next week for the Power Hour. We'll have all that coming up next week, Randy.
All right, very good. This been a lot of fun. We didn't have any Super Bowl talks. How about them G's? How about that? For sure, they won the game, and an exciting finish for sure. And Al is saying Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn are going face to face on Raw tonight. I think that's a little too early, and that's a chance because organically, the people with Sammy, I hope they don't screw up with Cody. Anyway, that's another story for another day. For Adam Dunn, this is Randy Hales. As always, we can't do the show if you guys don't show up to talk about the show, ask questions about the show, make comments about the show, and watch the show every single week as we try to keep the memories of Power Pro and teach people that wasn't in this market at the time. We certainly try to do that. We try to educate you on Power Pro Wrestling. Thanks a lot to the producer of the show and the co-host Adam Dunn. I'm Randy Hales, and I'm saying good night. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. Happy Valentine's, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Living the Dream, Memphis Wrestling. The Randy Hales story is available now at randyhalesmemphiswrestling.com.
Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling.